I'm Derek Taunton. I'm a career counselor in the University Career Center at Auburn. And today I'm going to talk to you about branding and networking. Networking is probably the main way that most of us get jobs. And so we need to know how to go about doing networking. The first thing I want to tell you about is about our office. We are located at 303 Mary Martin Hall. If you need to come see us, we have drop-in hours from 10 to 3, Monday through Friday. Right now we're using Zoom to do everything virtually, but if you need to see us, you let us know. Also, we are in an inaccessible building, and basically what that means is that we're located on the third floor, and our building does not have an elevator. So if you need to meet with us and you can't get to the third floor, let us know and we'll arrange to meet you somewhere else on campus. Now, the first thing that we need to know about networking is what it is. Basically, networking is where we're building relationships with other people. We're looking for people who share our areas of interest, who are interested in the same things that we're interested in. That's how we build those relationships, through our common interest. We're building a community. We're building alliances so that we have people who can help us when we are looking for jobs or looking for certain things. We're looking for ways that we can work together, work with others toward reaching those common goals. And we're building contacts. We're developing those contacts and long-term relationships. Now, the main thing that you need to remember about networking, though, is it's not a one-way street. What you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. But what you need to do is you need to, in your reading, if you come across something that will be interesting to one of your contacts in your network, send it to them. If you're reading something online, email them the link to the article that you're reading if it interests them. If you're reading something in a magazine or a newspaper, cut it out and mail it to them. Let them know that you're thinking about them and you're thinking about what they do, and that way they will in turn think about you and think about what it is that you need. That's the two-way street that we talk about. So where do we start? We need to start with familiar faces, with people that we know. Now, the thing is, when we're doing networking and we're trying to build this network, we may wind up meeting people that we don't really need to know. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to reach people that we want to know, that we need to know. This is not something that you're going to invest 30 minutes in a week and expect things to be perfect. Networking takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. We have the advantage of having social media today, primarily LinkedIn, but still it takes a while to do because we're trying to meet people and we have to spend the time it takes to get to know them and to get to know their interests so that we can build that bond with them. Now, when you're networking, don't forget to document your contacts. You need to make sure that you have their name, where they work, their email address, phone number, mail address, so that you can get back in touch with them when you need to. And one thing that you need to remember is don't apologize when you're asking for a favor or asking for some help. You don't want your contacts in your network to think that you lack confidence. So you need to think of it this way. You're providing them with knowledge, with a contact, and they provide you with the same thing. So we're not going to apologize. We're just going to take part in this two-way street so that we can help each other when the time comes. Now, how do we build our network? We need to strengthen our existing connections. You already have people that you know, people in the fields that you want to work in, people in fields that you have worked in. So those can be good stepping stones when you're reaching out to strangers. When you conduct a network meeting, phone call, email, whatever it is, don't ever end that without asking the person if they know anybody else that you need to talk to. Because that's how you widen your network. You use them to find out more contacts. And then when you meet them, you do the same thing, and that widens out your network. Let people know what you're doing. Let them know what you're up to. When you're looking at your network, you need to look at interests and activities that resonate with you. You'll read things. That's one of the things that I think a lot of people have lost these days, is just sitting down and reading. Look for events. Look for things that are going to attract people that have similar interests to you. Think about your network when you're reading. Think about whether that article would be useful to someone that you know. And then, like I said earlier, get that to them so that they can use that to enhance their job, enhance their skills. You need to go to work-related conferences. You print out business cards. If your company doesn't give you business cards, print them out. And, hand them out when you go places so that people can have your contact information. And also, you collect business cards. And when you do, if there's something that you and that person share in common, write that on the back of that business card so that when you go back to talk to them again, you can look on the back of the card, see what they're interested in, and then you can bring that up when you talk to them the next time. And further strengthen that bond that you have over something that you're both interested in. Now, when we talk about this relationship building, you need to keep notes of the people that you meet. What do they do? Who do they know? Don't be afraid to socialize with people. Sometimes, especially right now, the socializing is kind of something that we don't do. But we need to make sure that we are socializing in any way that we can with people to make sure that we maintain those bonds, maintain those networks, and make sure that those networks are strong and that they're there when we need them. Now, when we talk about social work events, alcohol is present at times. You need to make sure that you stay in control of yourself and make sure that you stay in control of your actions and the things that you do. You always want to be seen as professional, regardless of the situation that you're in, so that when that other person is looking for someone, they think of you and they remember how professional you are, and they remember the things that you talked about, the things that you did, so that they feel confident in recommending you to someone or in hiring you themselves. Now, you need to think about ways in which you can help other people, and we've talked about that two-way street. How can you help someone so that they have more knowledge, they have better skills at what they do? And then you want to make sure that you follow up. If you send an article to somebody, a few days later, follow up with them. Ask them if they got it. Let them know, that you sent that to them and that you thought they would be interested in that, and then, talk to them about it. You need to stay in touch as much as you can. Make sure that you use LinkedIn. That's an easy way to network, but even with LinkedIn, it still takes some time. It still takes some effort. So what I want you to do now is I want you to start to put together your contact list. I usually keep mine on a sheet of paper. You may keep yours in your computer or in your phone. It doesn't matter. But what I want you to do is to start making your contact list. Use the following headings to make a guide so that you have the people that you need to make sure that your network expands. Start with family. Who in your family is working? Where do they work? What business are they in? What company do they work with? List that down. Make sure that you put their names, contact information so that you can get in touch with them. And when we're talking about family, we're not just talking about your spouse, your kids. We're not just talking about the people in your immediate family. Think about your parents. Think about your aunts and uncles and cousins and people like that. Where do they work? What do they do? Then go on to your friends and neighbors. Who lives on the same street with you that you know? Who are you friends with? So where do they work? What do they do? What companies do they work with? Start to build that network so that you can refer back to it as you need to. Use your school connections, any professors that you might have, anybody that works in, in the college that you know that you've had contact with who might can help you. Think about your work and volunteer contacts, people that you've worked with in the past, places that you volunteered. Who do you know there? Are you in any clubs? Think about those people. Any religious groups that you're involved in. Any stores and restaurants that you typically go to, so that people know who you are and you know them. Think about your medical professionals. Have you ever hired a lawyer to do some work for you? Maybe write a will or something like that. Think about them. Who do they know? And then any other category that you can think of that is not listed here that you might could use. And so what you want to do is when you create these headings, list the people that you know in each category and then get their contact information. I always keep mine written on paper. It's just easier for me. But some of you may keep it in your phone. You may keep it in your computer or something like that. But make sure that you have this list and you have it available to you so that you can use it when you need to. So that you can build your network and you can have it available when you need it. Now let's talk about online branding. So why should you be online? Well, there are several reasons why you should be online. You can use that to help manage your career. You can use it for its ease of connection. That's one of the great things about the internet and all the technology that we have today is how easy it is to find people and to connect with them. And don't ever be afraid to pick up the phone and call somebody or send somebody an email you don't know. That's how you build that network. You get to know new people. You get to know the people that they know. You can be online to show your skills. If you are in graphic design and you have designs that you can put online. LinkedIn has a way that people can endorse you for certain skills. Make sure that you're using everything that's available to show you and show all of the things that you can do. And what you want to do is to highlight yourself and highlight your skills. So what are the online platforms that we can use? Well, LinkedIn, it's a professional networking site. You can follow companies, you can follow people, you can endorse people. One thing that I would tell you is that if somebody endorses you, make sure that you give them an endorsement. Again, that two-way street. Somebody helps us, so we need to help them too. You can ask for introductions. If there's somebody you want to meet that you don't know, but you have a contact in common, ask that person to introduce you. You can join different groups depending on what you're interested in or what your career field is. And you want to maintain that professional presence. Make sure that you have a professional looking picture. It's not the same as Facebook. Basically, LinkedIn is for professionals, and that's what we use it for. Now, Facebook is another online platform that you can use. You have to be more careful with Facebook because Facebook is not necessarily created for professionals. You have to make sure that you review your pictures and your postings, and you have to be incredibly careful about what you allow to be posted on your site. Because if you're using Facebook to try to find a job or to network for job reasons, you don't want people coming in there and posting pictures that shouldn't be there or things that they shouldn't say. You need to make sure that you present a professional and mature image. Twitter is another online platform that we can use. Um, Follow the leaders in your industry. Make sure that you are following the people who are the influencers in the particular field that you happen to be in. You know, share information, participate as often as you can. You want to make sure that you remain relevant so that people will see you as an expert in whatever field it is that you're in. Now, when we talk about your online brand, your social profiles are your virtual business card. You know, when people go to your page, they will see you. They will see who you're friends with. They will see the things that you've done, the things that you can do. You need to make sure you control your privacy settings to make sure that you don't let people see things that they don't need to see. You need to be careful about what you say, about what you show, what you do. You know, especially today with things being as divided as they are. You need to make sure that you keep everything professional and you keep things to job related items only. Okay? Make sure that you know the people that you're sharing with. You never know if you allow people into your group that you don't really know that well. You never know what their intention is and what they're trying to do. You want to make sure that you be as careful as you can so that you don't get your identity stolen or that you don't have issues relating to that or you know anything that could damage your professional image out in the public. Now, when we have this brand, it's always working for us. You know, we can't not have a brand. You know, people that know you, they know what you stand for, they know who you are. But people who are just acquainted with you, they may think they know you, they may think that they know what you stand for, but they go off of what they perceive, what they see. And, you know, whether you intended to create a certain brand, you still may have. So you got to be careful all the time to make sure that your brand is professional. It's what you want to put out into the world. So when we're talking about offline, you know, talk to your closest circle of friends. Let them know who you are, what you stand for. Take a look at your network. See where you can grow it and make it bigger and better. And you always want to differentiate your personal and your professional images. Now, that's not to say that your personal image, you're going to just let it go and do whatever you want to, because that at times has a way to blend over into your professional image. But just make sure that you differentiate those things so that you keep work at work and you keep home at home. Now, when we talk about online branding, join industry networks. LinkedIn can help you with that. They have groups that you can join so that you can contact people that are in your industry, and you can build that network within that industry. Connect with people. Ask questions. That's how we learn, by asking questions. If you come across something that may be relevant to the group, share it with the group and let everybody know. Don't be a stranger. Don't just show up every 2 or 3 months and make a comment and then go away for 2 or 3 more months. You need to be consistent and intentional about what you're doing. But don't spam people. Don't send them every little thing that you come across, and don't stalk other people either. And you need to work hard to take I and me out of your vocabulary when you're connecting. It needs to be about the group. And when you're looking for a job, it's really about what you can do for someone or you can do for the company for which you want to work. So we're not looking for what we want. We're looking for a way to solve someone's problem. So when we're talking about working with people online, we need to make it easy. We need to make it easy for them to connect with us, make it easy for them to talk to us. and we do that by remaining professional. We need to be specific. Be specific about the things that we're looking for, the things that we're trying to do. Be conversational. Be friendly. At the end of the day, people want to do business with people that they like, people who are their friends. So you want to make sure that you position yourself as a friend of the group and people in the group so that you can reap the benefits of your network. And then make it mutual. Make sure that when people are helping you, you're also helping them. I've mentioned it several times, that two-way street. We want to make sure that we are benefiting other people at least as much as we're benefiting, so that people start to see us as a vital member of their group. And then when they have a job available, or they have some way that they can help us or reward us, they'll be willing to do it. So let's talk for a minute about LinkedIn and see how we can use LinkedIn to help us. Now, this is my LinkedIn profile, and what I've done is I've logged in and I've chosen to search for attorneys in Alabama. I'm an attorney, even though I don't practice, but I know a lot of attorneys, and so this is just an easy area for me to search. So what we do is we go and we type in the search box, attorneys in Alabama, or whatever it is you're looking for, and then you have these filters that you can use. You can choose to look for people in a certain area. You can look for people at a certain company, people that went to certain schools, people in certain industries, and that way you can start to narrow down the people that you're looking for to broaden your network or to make your network bigger. Okay? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose Birmingham, and let's look for people in Birmingham. So you can see what happened is LinkedIn pulled up a list of attorneys in the Birmingham, Alabama area, and I can use this list now to start contacting people and start building those relationships so that if I ever need them for anything, they're there. We have contacts, we have those relationships. That way you can keep that network going. You help them as much as they help you, and that way everybody benefits. And so that's what we're trying to do when we use LinkedIn. If you don't have a LinkedIn profile, I strongly urge you to get one. LinkedIn is one of the best ways that I've seen to have quick contact with people, so that you can start to know people in your industry or certain people that you want to meet. And like I said, whenever you have a networking meeting, never end that meeting without asking them if they know somebody else that you need to talk to for your field. Okay, so that's basically an easy way to use LinkedIn to find people with whom you can network. It's quick, it's easy, I like it. It makes my network a lot more efficient, but I still keep my paper list of the people that I know and the people that I contact regularly to talk things about careers and things like that. Now, that concludes the presentation on networking and branding. I just want to remind you that we have several different career partners on our campus. We are the main University Career Center, but these other schools that you see listed on the screen, they have their own career center, and you can use them if you're in those schools. You can also come to us, so we'll be glad to help you in any way that we can. and want to make sure that you're getting everything that you need when it comes to your job search and your career aspirations. So, let us know if we can help you in any way. We'll be glad to. Um, there's our phone number and our website. So if you need anything, let us know, and we'll be glad to work with you and to help you out. Thank you.